Hi crochet friends, today we are going to work on one of my claw machine pets. I'm going to do a bunch of videos for these, but we're going to start with my hamster. We're going to use the materials you see here. You can also just embroider your eyes since what we're making is going to be pretty small. We're going to work from the bottom up, so be sure to start with the color that you want to be on the bottom of your hamster. Let's start by making a magic ring. So I like to place my yarn tail over 2 fingers like this and wrap it around. Come back up, flip over, and then make an X. Then I take my hook and I go under the strand over here on the top right, come across, pull the other strand over, and then I do a little twist of the hook to make a secure loop around my hook. Then I grab my working yarn here and I pull it through that little loop. Okay, so then I have this ring here. I'm going to untangle this tail, and I'm going to pull on the tail a little bit to make this ring a little bit smaller. All right, now we're ready to start. For round 1, we're going to single crochet 6 into the magic ring. Okay, so I have my 6 stitches there, and now I'm going to pull the tail to close the ring. Velvet yarn can be a little tricky. I like to hold on to the very top of the stitches, kind of close to the beginning, so I don't grab that tail and restrict its movement. So for round 2, we're going to do an increase in each stitch around, and I'm going to work over that tail as I go to help secure it. I'm going to use a contrasting piece of yarn as my stitch marker because I don't know where my stitch markers disappeared to. All right, so you should now have 12 stitches around. We're going to move on to round 3. For round 3, we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch. We're going to do an increase in the next stitch, and then we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. All right, and then you should have 18 stitches around. In the next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase, and we're going to repeat that 6 times for a total of 24 stitches. All right, so here we are. We have 24 stitches around. This is a great point to stop and do a little gauge check because this is as wide as our work is going to get. Normally we don't really check gauge for amigurumi, but since this is going to fit in the claw machine, I want it to be able to fit through the hole. And if I measure here, see it's about 1.5 inches. The opening on my claw machine is about 2.5 inches, so we are all good here. In the next round, we are going to work in the back loop only of our stitches. So each stitch has 2 loops on the top that we normally work through, right? We're going to work through the loop that is furthest away from us or towards the inside of our work, okay? And leave the front loop unworked. So we're going to do back loop only, single crochet 8. Need to move my stitch marker. Okay, and next we're going to make a leg. So I like to do the leg in the front loop only because I find it sticks out a little bit more when we do that. So in our next stitch, going through the front loop only, I'm going to do a bobble stitch with 5 double crochet to make up that bobble. So I'm going to yarn over, go through that front loop, yarn over and pull through, leaving 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Okay, so I've done 1. I'm going to do 4 more. Yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and go through 2 of those loops, leaving 3 loops on the hook. So I've done 2, I have 3 more to do. Once you've done your 5, you should have 6 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 of those. Okay, and that's our bubble. Then we're going to continue working around the base of our work. We're going to single crochet 6, going through the back loop only again. After we make that first single crochet, flip your work around. You'll notice our bobble is sticking out on the wrong side, so we want to push that through to the front, just like that, and then continue. So this is my second single crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, in the next stitch, we're going to do another front loop only bobble. And then after that, we're going to work through the back loop only again and single crochet 8. Okay, and that's the end of round 5. So we made our legs here. And working in the back loop only will help our work be able to sit because it flips this round up. And if we don't overstuff, then our bottom will be pretty flat. Round 6 and 7, we're going to work through both loops again, and we're just going to single crochet 24 all the way around. Okay, so for round 6, let's single crochet 24. Okay, 6 is done. Now I'm going to do round 7. Again, just single crochet 24 around, working through both loops. All right, that is the end of round 7. So this is what our work should look like now. And we're ready for round 8. In round 8, we're going to make the arms. We use bobble stitches again for the arms, but we're going to do 3 double crochet bobbles so that they'll be a little bit smaller. So we're going to start by doing 10 single crochets. Our goal is to be right inside where our legs are. So depending on tension and the yarn that you're using, you could end up in a spot that's slightly different. So feel free to adjust the placement of your arms if you need to and use your legs as a guide. But I did my 10 single crochet stitches, and now I'm going to do a 3 double crochet bobble. So yarn over, working in the front loop only, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go through again, and the last one. So after 3, you should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4. And then we continue working through the body. So next we're going to do 2 single crochets. Again, don't forget to pop that out. We're going to do another 3 double crochet bobble. And then we're going to do another single crochet 10. And I didn't pop that arm out, so I'm going to pop it out now. So you can see the arms are just inside the legs, and we are done with round 8. In round 9, we're going to decrease a little bit to make our body get a little smaller as we get closer to the head. So we are going to single crochet 2 and then decrease 6 times. So single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and decrease. I'm going to do an invisible decrease where we take the front loops of the next 2 stitches and yarn over and pull through and complete our decrease stitch. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that 5 more times. And that's the end of round 9. So round 10, we are going to single crochet 18 all the way around, and we're going to change colors at the end of it. All right, so in the last stitch, when we're changing colors, we're just going to center hook through, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So we have 2 loops left on the hook. We're going to grab our new color here. We're going to yarn over with our new color and pull it through those 2 loops. And I like to tie these ends together inside my work. And then I'm going to cut my original color, and I don't need that anymore, so I'm going to put it away. All right, so we're working with our new color now, and we're going to single crochet 18 around. In round 12, we're going to single crochet and then decrease 6 times. So at the end of round 12, we have 12 stitches around, and this is what that looks like. You can start stuffing a little bit here. And again, be careful not to overstuff because then it's not going to sit up very well. Okay, in the next one, we're going to make our ears. So we're going to single crochet 4. To make our ear, we're going to make another bobble stitch. We're going to do a 3 double crochet bobble stitch just like we did the arms, and we're going to work through the front loop only. Okay, we have 4 loops on our hook. Let's yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then continue working around the head. So after that ear, we're going to single crochet 4 again. And be sure to pop that bobble out to the right side. Okay, single crochet 4 and then make another ear. 3 double crochet bobble again through the front loop only. And then we single crochet 2. Okay, let's pop that bubble out to the right side. And we have our ears. All right, so this is when I would insert my eyes. It's a little bit tricky because we have a tiny hole there to work through. So I'm going to take one eye and place it. I'm going to line them up with the arms. Place it right there where that color changes. If you're going to embroider your eyes, just wait until you're finished making this one, and then you can sew them on in that same spot. So just take a look at it, make sure they're centered between your arms and your ears. I'm going to put the backs on. All right, so we have our eyes. Now we're ready to do our final row, or final round, round 14. And we're just going to decrease 6 times. So we're decreasing all the way around. I'm just going to get rid of that now. So we have 1, 2. At this point, I'm going to stuff a teeny bit more. Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, I'm going to slip stitch through the next one, and then chain and pull that tail all the way through. I'm going to leave like a, I don't know, 6-inch tail. Okay, now to close that little hole at the top, and get my yarn needle and work through the front loops of those final 6 stitches. Pull tight, and I'm going to go down through the middle and out a stitch down below. Now this velvet yarn tends to worm a lot because it's super slippery, so to make sure this tail doesn't come out later, I'm going to tie a knot here right outside the body. So I go I do like a triple knot to make that little lump there kind of big, and then I'm going to go back in, do that same hole, make sure that knot pops into the body, and then I'm going to cut this tail. I'm going to use my needle to help pull that end back into the body to hide it. And we're done with our little hamster. One thing I like to do with the little hamster is make a little nose. Or mouth. So I'm going to take some black yarn and go up through the body and get right in between the eyes where the color changes, and go back in on the other side of that middle stitch, and then come back out that same hole where I started. Pulled it a little tight, so I'm loosening it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to knot this over here. Again, I'm going to do it like 2 times so I have a nice size ball, or 3 times. Then I'm going to hide that. I'm going to clip the ends here. I'm going to use my needle to pull that knot inside the head. And hide the tail. We already did a measurement of the bottom. We measured the height. So it's about 2 inches, or a little over 2 inches if you include the ears. So again, that'll fit through my claw machine opening. And we're done. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial and working through my little claw machine hamster with me. Be sure to check out my other claw machine pet tutorials.